Hey, what's up? How many of you know what these are? What this is? Drop in the comments if you know what this piece of cloth is. Okay? I'll show you again. There it is. My friend Ernest makes these. That's why it says free on it. But he hands them out, puts them on bulletin boards, things like that. But if you look in the book of Acts, you can see the origin of where these came from. And it's Acts chapter 19, verses 11 and 12. And it talks about Apostle Paul. People that were sick, they were bedridden, they were, evil spirits possessed them. People would go to Apostle Paul and they would take an article of clothing, an apron or a shirt or whatever Paul had on his body, and he would pray over it and send it out to him. So this is known as a prayer cloth. And they would lay it on the person or multiple people, and the demons would flee, or the infirmity would be healed, or whatever it was. And the emphasis is not on the cloth itself, but the faith the person had that received the cloth in the God that Paul served. That's what the faith was, and the emphasis was on God. And they knew who Paul was, they knew what he served, they knew that he did all these miracles and things. And the same with Peter. You remember, people used to line the streets when Peter walked through the streets, just for the shadow to be cast upon him from Peter. It was not because of Peter himself, but for the God he served. They knew that the power of God was in him. So the prayer cloth is a very important tool to a spirit-filled believer, a spirit-filled church. You're not going to find these in a dead church. You're not. All you're going to find in a dead church is a bunch of dead stuff, spiritually dead. And that's the problem. A spirit-filled church, you get in and get these kind of things out. You pray for people. You believe on what the Word of God says. And if you look in the book of Jeremiah, it kind of goes with that Acts chapter 19, verses 11 and 12. That it's through the word of the Lord, the word of God, the action in the faith that comes from people in the word of God and in the God himself, the power of God himself, that the healing comes from. So it's not just the cloth alone. And people say, oh, I got a cloth, that's it. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. But you could take these prayer cloths, you pray over them, you anoint them, and give them out to people that need them in their life for whatever reason. So it's kind of interesting, the origin of where the prayer cloth came from in the book of Acts.